The new Peppy Gal EZAs are here. Are they good or are they crap? Let's go ahead and find out. Starting with AGL MAMBA. 140% Peppy Gal's lead. Greatly raises attack and defense for 4 turns. Cost supreme damage greatly lowers attack. Key +3 attack and defense +250. 50% chance to crit. 35% damage reduction. Attack 50% support for all Peppy Gals and Battle of Wits allies for 2 turns. When attacking, attack +250. When attacking with 12 or more key, attack and defense +250. When attacking when the target enemy has a status effect or below 50% health, attack +800% when attacking with 12 or more key. Guaranteed crit, disrupts enemy action. When another 3 or more Peppy Gal characters or Battle of Wits allies are on the team, or when there's an STR type enemy, attack and defense +250, damage reduction 25%, all allies attack +40%, all enemies attack -20%. How do you build the character? Well, you don't need critical. It's all about additionals and dodge. And at the moment, I'm not exactly sure how I want to go about doing this because my old build from years ago has 20 additional and 10 dodge. So I'm going to try this for now. I think ultimately swapping it might be better because this unit doesn't have guard, just at most 60% damage reduction. And after launching a couple of supers, you might be okay, but I don't know. So it's a combination of additionals and dodge for me for right now. I'll change my mind over the course of the video, surely. And let's take a look at the STR 18. 18 Peppy Gals, 140% lead, greatly raised attack and defense for 4 turns, causes supreme damage to the enemy. Key +3 attack and defense +250, 50% chance to dodge. Peppy Gal's Battle of Wits allies, defense +50% for 2 turns. So similar to the MAMBA, but the opposite. When attacking, attack +250. When attacking with 12 or more key, attack and defense +200. When another 3 or more Peppy Gal or Battle of Wits category allies are on the team, or when there's a physical type enemy, attack and defense +250, chance to dodge +25, launches an additional attack that has a 70% chance of becoming a super. After evading an attack, attack and defense +250, attacks effective against all types. So clearly, since there's no damage reduction, there's no guard, it's just dodging, you get a little bit more after dodging. You want to be focusing on dodging. So max dodge the rest additional is what I'm thinking for the STR 18. Which is what I've done in my old build from years ago. So yeah, let's go ahead and try these out. In terms of the team requirements, everybody is all checked out. We need 3 Battle of Wits for these 2, another 3 Battle of Wits. So 1, 2, 3. And then this character needs an extreme character, which we've got. We also need 2 mission execution. So that would be these 2. Actually, I think this one is also mission execution. Now you might be wondering why these random dudes are in slot 3, like these guys. I'm doing it because I want to provide synergy to both characters. We're kind of combining showcases into one. Pansy links well with these 2, 3 links. This guy also links well with the Android 18. This guy just gives extra support. So let's go.
All right, let's do
with
this.
Arinsu in slot 1, I feel like she's going to take away a lot from these units. Oh man, rotations are bad. All right, for this first one, you know what? We're going to put MAMBA in the slot 1 with 60% damage reduction and type advantage. Let's see how much she takes here. If she takes a lot, well, that just goes to show she's never meant to be a slot 1. Even with max dodge, I wouldn't think so. So in terms of links, we got Battlefield Diva, which gives us 5% extra dodge, more than meets the eye, which gives us attack and defense 10%. Sharing limits gives us 5%. Not a whole lot, but alright, it's cool. So on this first turn, the enemy is not below 50% health, so we're not getting any of that stuff. Actually, wait, defense down? Are we getting defense down? No, dang. All right, let's do this. Let's do that. We get additional support courtesy of Gradia. Slot 3. All right, here we go. 60% damage reduction. Right. All right. 33.6 million attack stat. It's been a while since I've seen this. That looks really good. All right, 20 million and no additional. Yeah. See, that's why I'm hesitant to go full dodge, because I kind of want the unit, like, to make the damage reduction more pronounced, you need to provide more stats. The more stats, the more effective the damage reduction becomes. If you only launch 1 super and you've got 60% damage reduction, then of course you're going to want to have the dodge to supplement it, because that might not be enough. So it's kind of a catch-22 there. I don't think either way is bad, because ultimately this is not going to be a slot 1 character. This is going to be a slot 2. So the dodge is going to factor in far less than normal. You know what I'm saying? All right, so I'm going to have Arinsu go after Zamasu. That's perfect. And then I can have 21. I keep saying 21. 18 go after Rosé. And she needs to dodge. So how much dodge does she have? She currently has 75% chance to dodge, plus the backup 24. So that means we're getting about 80% dodge, roughly. So let's do that. And in terms of links, what do we got? We got Android Assault, which gives us additional damage. No, 20%. What am I thinking of? Which android link gives us damage reduction? Innocence, though. Innocence gives us 15% attack. Shocking speed gives us 5% defensive. All right, we'll have you go after you. All right, let's see what happens. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why this event is in basically every showcase video. All the broken characters who would steal all the thunder can focus on the immortal unit, and then the ones we're actually trying to test out can work on the main one. 35 million attack stat. Punish Blitz. We haven't dodged an attack yet, so we don't have the additional stats. 38 million attack stat on the second one. Ooh, 24 million damage on the crit. Nice dodge. And now she got stronger. She got the pseudo crit effect. Araki. Okay. Now over here, do the same exact thing. We have you attack you, and then Mamba can go after Rose. Now that we've attacked a little bit, Mamba is stronger. Still not enough to get this going, right? We can't inflict any status effects. Yeah, so let's do that. And then we'll have you go after Zamsu. Huh? We should try putting Android 18 in slot 1 next turn. And remember, normally on a team like this, since both Mamba and 18 fit naturally on a Rinsu squad, you're going to want to have a Rinsu do most of the heavy lifting. So when you're considering building these characters, just think of how they're going to function on a typical team that you'd run them on. If you're going to run them on a Rinsu's team, they don't need all the dodge in the world because they're not going to be in slot 1. They're going to be in slot 2. Yeah, that's how much we did, man. Dude, I need more additionals. I do not like how few additionals we have. Look at how much damage we've done. Mamba and 18 have both attacked Rose a total of 3 times, and that's all we've done? Bruh. Bruh. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a little disappointed. Okay. Let's put 18 slot 1 now, and let's see what kind of linkage we get. We're not going to be getting a whole lot of synergy anyway, because... Oh, they get shocking speed. Nah. Let's show off her dodging. Let's do this. Arinsu, go after you. Here's our shocking speed right here. %, dodge, baby. Nice dodge, nice dodge. 51.9 million attack stat. Much better. And we only have 1 link, basically. 26 million damage. No crit. 55 million attack stat. 28 million damage. No crit. But we do have attacks effective against all types, which is why we did a whole lot more. Next turn, Mamba is going to demolish Rose. She's been averaging around, what, 30 to 40 million attack stats? So next turn, she's going to have guaranteed crit and 800% extra attack. All right, this guy's going to go on for a while, so I'm going to go ahead and skip. All right. Here we go. So we'll have you go after Zamasu. And for this turn, Mamba is going to be yoked out of her mind. So let's do this. And then we'll do this. All right, here we go. 75 million attack stat. No significant link buffs and no god equips. 75 million attack stat. Damn. 47 million damage on the crit. GG. So again, assuming Arinsu does all the heavy lifting, Mamba is going to benefit greatly from Arinsu because Arinsu will, for the most part, do the bulk of the damage. When the enemy drops below 50%, Mamba can then take over. And if you've got additional, you could capitalize on that 800% attack. I think I'm going to go for max additional. I think max additional, the rest dodge, is the best way to get the most out of the character. Aside from AoEs and slot 1 lock situations, that's going to be the best way to utilize her. I mean, you could give dodge, but that's just being more conservative. Lately, I've been kind of enjoying using the characters a little bit more aggressively. All right, so over here, we have no reason to put her slot 1. So actually, wait, you know what? No, let me see. Can we do this where... Yes, okay. We're going to have Arinsu do the 11 key build, so that way she doesn't actually kill, and then we'll have 18... Damn it. Go in slot 2. Dude, Arinsu is the opposite of Metal Cooler. Metal Cooler is the worst unit you could ever bring for showcases because he ruins it with his stupid reinforcements. Whereas Arinsu, you can either go hard on the enemy or you can take it easy and give other units a chance. Thank you. Thanks, girl. All right. 61 million attack stat for 18. $26 million damage, no crit. 65 million attack stat, 28 million damage, no crit. It is annoying not having the crit there, but you're going to be running her on an Arinsu-led team for the most part, so it's not a problem. Consider Android 18 a chaser similar to Mamba. You're just getting a little bit of extra damage. You're already doing a good amount, so why change a good thing? Okay, so here, again, I don't want to ruin it, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. And then I'm going to have MAMBA go second. And then we'll do this. Uh-oh. Surely we don't kill, right? Oh, crap! I forgot. Oh, okay, good. We failed the additional. I forgot that Glorio gives us extra stats. 75 million attack stat. Because we brought him down to below half, our stats went up. Oh, do an additional. 36 million attack stat. No! 36 million damage, 10 million on a slap. Okay. Well, there you go. I'm pretty sure we wrap this up here. Man. Cool, thank you. This could be interesting. This is the obligatory Bio Broly test. However, on this first turn, we're gonna put Android 18 in the slot 1 because otherwise we're toast. So in terms of linkage, we only have 2. We do have extra dodge, actually. 5% more dodge. Let's do this. And then let's do this. We only have to worry about 1 attack. So we've got basically 80% chance to dodge. Let's see if we get it. Nice dodge. Atta girl. 48 million attack stat. $41 million damage with a crit, by the way. 51 million attack stat, 35 million damage, no crit, and that's it. Okay, so now 60% damage reduction with a 30 million attack stat after we super once. I don't think we're going to super again, although we've been failing that 58% chance for an additional. That sucks, man. Okay, turn 1, Mamba survives. That's good. We're going to go ahead and skip all these. All right, skipped a turn because I didn't want to bother showing off all these guys. They might mog the Peppy Gals. All right, so here we go. By the time Mamba goes, I think the health will drop below 50. I'm pretty sure her buff happens on a dime. So let's put Arinsu slot 1. And then we're going to have Android 18 slot 2. And then we got MAMBA slot 3. Here we go. Yep. Heal all you want. 93% dodge. Thank you. Not half yet. Thank you. That will definitely bring Bio Broly down to half. Okay. Yep. $55 million attack stat for 18 because she's got a multiplicative stat buff, so she's gonna get stronger. 37 million damage, no crit. 58.5 million attack stat, 40.3 million damage, no crit. And then we dodge. And then MAMBA, 75 million attack. Could you please launch an additional, please? 48 million damage, and we cancel on a crit and no additional. Thanks, dummy. Oh, wow. Okay. After 3 turns, 60% damage reduction against Bio Broly. I think that's a pretty good measuring stick, if you ask me. Because if she's able to tank that with only 1 super, I don't think you're going to want to need that much dodge. Because here's the other thing. Are you going to be running Peppy Gals on endgame level threats? Like top of the line, ultra stupidly sweaty challenge events? More often than not, the answer is going to be no. Because Peppy Gals are traditionally a more niche team. They're still a fun, cohesive team, but not necessarily ones you're going to want to, you know, choose over the best of the best on the sweatiest events out there. So I just don't think you need to invest as much for slot 2 characters in the dodge. So I think ultimately what I'm going to do is probably a 20-20, which will be a 40% additional and a 20% dodge. I think that's a pretty healthy medium. But I have God Eclipse, so most of you guys probably don't. So you could probably scale it down to like 15-15. I think that should work out. I have not had a single additional though, which is incredibly frustrating. I am getting very unlucky with those stupid Mamba additionals. Ooh, this ought to be interesting. Okay, UI Relble. See what happens here. I'm gonna put Android 18 in slot 1. I'm gonna put MAMBA in slot 2. Let's have you go after you. Let's have you go after you. And then we'll have you go after you. 80% dodge. Nice dodge. Nice. Back-to-back 80% fails. Thanks, moron. Appreciate it. This is the first time that I'm testing Arinsu against this event, so she actually might hog the spotlight, but that's what you want. And actually, I didn't realize it until afterwards. Looks like Royal Blue's going to be supering in slot 2 and not slot 3. So MAMBA, with her 60% damage reduction, is going to be put to the test. Should be fun. Okay, we got the additionals. Very cool. 30% dodge. 60% dodge. 90% dodge. Can we get another one? No. Actually, why would we? No, that was it. Yeah. All right, so MAMBA gonna be doing middle of the line damage. That's okay. Wow, she got the crit anyway. All right. 60% damage reduction against a flat Royal Blue. He's not buffed up yet at all, so this shouldn't hurt too much. Yeah. Very good. I will say, in some of my recent videos on this event, we have done an obscene amount of damage in one turn against UI. I am not used to seeing that. That's actually a lot. That's a lot. Okay. I really hope UI doesn't die here, because actually 18 is going to suffer. So if I do this, and then I do this, and then I do this, let's see if he survives. Uh-oh. Yeah, 18 is gonna kill. That's brutal. 33 million attack. She's probably gonna launch 2 supers. 24 million, no crit. Ah, no. 26 million. She got an additional on top of that. That's crazy. Oh my god. What are the chances? Actually, the chance is 24%. That was my hit potential at work. All right, well. Yeah. That sucks. Honestly, both. I think I'm gonna ultimately do the 20-20 split. That's my favorite build now with using God equips, getting a 20-20 split or at least 20 dodge. Okay. We're not under half yet. So Mamba's not going to be lethal. Gordito might be in danger? Maybe? We'll see. Nice dodge, by the way. 140 million attack. Dude, she's... Oh my god, I love you so much. And she's purple. That's the best part. She's purple, y'all. She's perfect. Perfect. In your next day to download Dokkan, if you're watching, please give him a super attack skip. Please. Oh, he canceled one. Oh, it should have been the super. Should have been the super, man. Android 18 has still not gained the extra stats. And at this point, I don't think it's going to happen. I'm pretty sure we're just going to kill. So, GG's. It would be really funny if we'd lost just because we didn't have the extra stats. We could have dodged right there, in all fairness, but, you know. I don't trust it. After what just happened. Yeah, goodbye. Okay, I think I've seen all I needed, honestly. We were kind of capping around 75 million attack stat for the lethal Mamba. And we were doing about 50 to 60 million attack stat for the Android 18. And this is all with very average to subpar links. We only had 1 or 2 links. If you try to go for links, this is what you're going to be having to bring. For Android 18, damn it. Android 18, you have to bring people like this. Probably not the best characters. And if you're trying to bring more synergy for Mamba, this is what you're bringing. So in my honest opinion, forget the links. Don't worry about it. The focus should be entirely around the Arinsu-led squad and have Arinsu do the heavy lifting. All these units have to do is just be there for the ride and chip in whenever necessary and not get you killed. So in terms of the build, I think I'm okay with going for more of an additional focus with the rest being dodge. I'm going to go for a 20-20 split most likely, but you could do that. I like having 20 dodges on characters. And then same goes for the Android 18, although you could go more dodge because this character, unlike the Mamba, has 0 defensive measures besides dodge. So it's better to just capitalize on that more so that you just don't get hit at all. So with 75% chance to dodge with a 30, you would be putting your dodge at around 82.5% collectively. Better than going for more additional, maybe getting killed because you don't have any damage reduction or nothing. So you know what? Let me go ahead and just their builds. Mamba 2120. I don't want to use all my best stuff because these are just Pepe Gal characters. So I had to tone it down on the like sweaty equips. Also kind of running out. I've been using a lot of these lately. So this is my build for Mamba and this is my build for Android 18. So 26 dodge and 10 additional, whatever. I think this should be fine. We're not going to be using them too much to really matter. Guys, Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, obviously like down below. Learn in the comments, what builds did you do for these two characters? What are your thoughts on the state of Peppy Gals in 2026? Do you have an Arinsu character to lead these two units? How have the experience has been with them for you? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more video content of the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you're going to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.